welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into the world of generative AI video, and we're looking at one of the biggest names out there, HeyGen. We're going to explore the incredible tech, the mind-blowing business growth, and yeah, some of the really serious questions people are starting to ask about how they operate. So let's just start with that quote for a second. It's from a YouTube tutorial, and it just perfectly captures how wild this technology really is. An AI clone churning out videos while the real Simon is, I don't know, off having a coffee somewhere. It feels like something straight out of science fiction, but it's very, very real. But before we get into the nuts and bolts of how this magic trick works, you gotta understand the problem HeyGen is actually trying to solve. Because for decades, making a professional-looking video has been, frankly, a huge pain for almost everyone. I mean, just think about it. The old way, you're talking sky-high costs for studios, actors, camera gear. The timelines can drag on for weeks, sometimes months. You need all this complicated equipment, not to mention the expertise to use it. And what if you want to reach a global audience? Well, good luck, that's a logistical nightmare. So what we're talking about here isn't just a small improvement. It's an attempt to completely blow up that old, slow, expensive model. All right, so that's the problem, and this is where HeyGen steps onto the scene. They're one of the major players looking to totally disrupt that old way of doing things with generative AI. Their core promise is pretty simple. What if creating a video was as easy as just writing an email? So what is this thing really? Well, at its heart, HeyGen is a platform that literally turns text into video. It uses these incredibly realistic AI avatars. You can pick from their library or even make a clone of yourself to speak whatever you type. You don't need a camera, you don't need actors, you don't need a studio. You just need a script. And you can see right here what their big sales pitch is. First off, speed. We're talking about making videos in minutes, not weeks or months. It's way, way cheaper than a traditional shoot. They've got this huge library of avatars you can choose from, and get this, it can translate your script into over 140 languages. Talk about instant global reach. They even say the videos are built to perform well on search engines. Okay, so it all sounds pretty amazing, right? But how does someone actually, make one of these videos? The really fascinating part is just how simple they've made the whole process. It basically boils down to just 4 easy steps. First, you pick your face, your avatar. Then you just type in or paste the script you want it to say. After that, you can jazz it up a bit, add a background, some music, your logo, and then you hit generate, and the AI does the rest, stitching it all together. It's built for people who have absolutely no video editing experience. Now, this is where it gets really cool. The avatars. You've got 2 main options. You can go the fast and easy route and just pick one of their 700+ stock avatars. But the real game changer, the feature that makes you go, wow, is the custom clone. You just upload a short video of yourself, and the AI creates a hyper-realistic digital twin that captures your voice, your face, your speaking style, everything. But look, this isn't just some tech demo or a fun gimmick. This is a serious, fast-growing business. So let's pull back the curtain and look at the company's absolutely explosive journey and how they scaled up so fast. I mean, look at this timeline. They were only founded in 2020. By mid-2024, they'd raised a whopping $60 million, which put their valuation at $500 million, from zero to $500 million in just a few years. That shows you just how much investors believe in the future of AI video. And you know what? That confidence looks like it's paying off. As of June 2024, the company was pulling in $35 million in annualized recurring revenue. That means thousands and thousands of customers, over 40,000 of them, are paying for this service every single month. These are not small numbers. So who exactly is using this stuff? Well, the biggest slice of the pie, about 40%, is marketing and advertising. That makes a ton of sense, right? Quick, easy promo content. Right behind that is e-learning and training, perfect for creating instructional videos at a massive scale. And you've also got sales teams and product explainers rounding out the major users. But whenever you see this kind of rocket ship growth and brand new technology, there are almost always some growing pains. So now we're going to pivot and take a more critical look. We're going to examine some of the gaps between what's being promised and what some users say they're actually getting. Okay, to really get the friction here, let's zoom in on a specific promise. This is a look at their own pricing page for the creator plan, and I want you to look at that line right there in bold. Max duration per video, 30 minutes. Seems pretty clear, right? Unambiguous. Well, now check out this post from a user on Reddit.
They bought that exact plan, counting on that 30-minute limit for a longer project they were working on. And what happened? Boom. The platform cut them off, translating only the first 5 minutes.
And this is where the story takes a really weird turn. According to the user, when they contacted support, they were told they were just part of a random experiment to test new plan limits. Then, support apparently denied that their own website ever promised 30-minute videos in the first place, and they refused to give a refund. Just wow.
And look, this one case seems to point to a bigger theme you see in some of the user feedback. It's not just about the technical glitches, like an avatar looking a bit stiff or the lip sync being slightly off. It's these reports of the service not quite matching the ads. And in a really crowded market with some heavy hitter alternatives like Synthesia and Deep Brain AI, things like transparency and trust, well, they become absolutely critical.
And that really brings us to the heart of it all. The technology to create a brand new synthetic reality, it's here, it's real. And it's moving at a dizzying speed. But as companies like HeyGen race to build that future, stories like this raise a huge question. In this gold rush for AI dominance, what happens to our trust when a company's promises don't line up with reality? That might just be the thing that decides who wins in the end.